Ed here from 10,000 Foot View, and I've got another Google Ads quick tip for you today. So one of the things we find a lot of advertisers get confused about is when you are running daily budgets and trying to figure out what you're going to spend in a month, but you're actually not running your campaign 24/7. You may be running it, say, Monday to Friday, which is a typical setup for a B2B that doesn't have the capacity to respond to new business on the weekend, say, or they just find if they don't respond on the weekend, they do on Monday, the business is already lost. So it doesn't make sense for them to run their campaign on weekends. That's also true sometimes for hours a day, where some advertisers may only run, during their business hours or not late into the evening. But anyway, so what I want to look at today is exactly how Google calculates what your monthly budget is off of your daily, based on running only Monday to Friday. So I'm going to first look at kind of the more common example. So this is if you are running a campaign every day of the month. Basically, Google takes your daily budget and it multiplies it by 30.4 to come up with the total allowable max ad spend for the month or for 30.4 days, which makes perfect sense. So always remember that Google can spend more or less on a daily basis, and it can be a lot more or a lot less. It can be zero. But over the course of a month, it will not exceed your daily budget times 30.4. So that's relatively straightforward. Now, if we look at the scenario where you're only running Monday to Friday, a lot of advertisers assume that what Google will do um, is they will calculate the monthly budget based on the daily budget times the number of days the campaign is going to run. And an average month has 21 weekdays. So someone might assume, oh, it's going to be $100 it's going to spend each day on average, and that's going to come out to $2,100 at the end of the month. But it does not. Google ignores any ad schedule settings and uses its standard calculation as if the campaign's going to run every day. So it just takes that $100 and it uses the same standard calculation to come up with $3,040 for the month. And then what it does is it just spreads out that budget over the days available. So that means on average, at the end of a month, you might find that Google spent the $3,000. And if you look at kind of the average daily spend for the days the campaign ran, it's going to come out around $145. So you need to be aware of that. If in fact your intention is to spend $100 per day, only Monday to Friday, then you need to divide out by the number of days, right? So you actually need to work with a $2,100 budget because there's 21 days that you'll be active. And so if you put this in here, and then you take this and you divide it by 30.4, you'll actually find that your daily budget should be $69. So again, you have to look at the number of days you're going to be active if you want, your daily to come out to that. So hopefully that clarifies it. I know it's a little bit weird the way it works. It's a bit confusing. It would be nice if Google had monthly budgets that it's like, this is what I want to spend. You can set a cap, of course. There is account level budget caps, but that's different. If you set that and then your daily budget doesn't kind of line up with that, you might find your campaign stops running on like the 20th of the month. But basically, you have to just remember that Google's going to take whatever your daily budget is times 30.4 and ignore whatever your ad schedule is. So you have to kind of work back from that. Anyway, hopefully that makes it clear. If not, go ahead and comment on the video and I will try to respond to that and make it a little more clear. That is it for today. I will see you next time.